if you become hostage and just act upon your utterances and your instincts, let's say, and that's I think it's what's beautiful about being human beings that really distinguishes us, separates us from the animal kingdom. It's the ability to control and somehow go against that animalistic spirit that we have, and that the instincts, because we do have that spirit within us. That's if I'm not wrong, is Aristotelic idea. We as human beings, we have a third spirit or a third mind or something like that, and that's the ability that we have to rationalize and have a filter, um, when we have those utterances, those almost like possessions and the instincts, and we're able to control that in a way, so you're not a slave of your own instincts. So I guess, my point is that's why I think it's important to have well-established values, and values that produce good outcomes. Because if you have that well-established in society, you're going to produce more. I mean, I'm not going to say there's never going to be. I'm not talking about a utopian
Hmm.
perfect society that doesn't degenerate into tyranny, or that doesn't do bad things, or but I think you produce more positive outcomes. um and what we're seeing now, it's you know a lot of bad things happening, but I don't know. Do you know the that correlation that I'm trying to make with the values, and with the
I do.
but anyways, I mean,
We need
it's
to bring more data to this topic, and this is a topic that we are definitely going to revisit. I would give you the last word on this point that you're trying to make. But to that, I have a lot to say as far as what motivates people, and
right.
again, just what gets an atheist out of bed. And that's why I started by saying, like, I can't say that I haven't been permeated with these ideas, because I live on this part of the world, and if
Right.
I was born and raised on somebody in any other part
Somewhere
of the
else.
world, I would probably have the dominant ideas of the place, or at more specifically, the ideas that my parents have, because that's how education works, right? You grow up in this environment, and you have the people who are very close to you, and they will pass down definitely certain values and ideas, so you're kind of like a mirror, and then eventually, when you become more sentient, or have more discernment about the world, you might you know double down on them, or maybe you'll find about other things that
Yeah.
might inspire you and might take you in a different direction, might resonate with you in your experience more. So we're always a product of our own environment.
Environment. Well, but yeah, but even though you are, I think you're a product of your environment to an extent, but I do think that there's a universal commonality between human beings, something that, regardless of geographical location, regardless of where you were born, or how your regardless of your upbringing,
Sure.
I think we can, as human beings, establish something in common.
Yeah, I mean, we start with biology.
Anywhere else,
Our biology is common, like
that's
we're different. No,
controversial.
but our biology is, as a species, is common, is because we're separated from, say, chimps, or like
Yeah, but I
gorillas,
think
or cheetahs, or whatever. So the biology is, like, I think, one of the big levels that tie all humans being together.
yeah. So I don't think. I guess my final analysis here is that I don't believe that human beings are purely cultural. I think there are other things that manifest naturally, that are, let's say, that kind of transcend, that are intrinsic to our existence, that helped us shape the moral values that we apply within our societal context nowadays. I don't think it's purely cultural, and that we are being. I don't think it's like, if you change the culture, you're gonna change the way everybody behaves, or everybody. You can change certain fringes of it, like certain aspects of it, but primarily fundamentally, you're not going to be able to change how human beings behave or treat each other just by changing the culture. So I think there's something more there. That I guess that's my final analysis.
I
I
see.
don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something that comes from the divine, something that is a divine source, or something that is a natural source, or simply mechanisms that are already just within our biological composition. But there's something that emerges naturally. And when we look at each other as human beings, we're like, okay, I understand what you're trying to say, bro. And I understand the boundaries here. And I'm not going to go there. Or if I go there, that there will be consequences. You know what I'm saying? There will be either positive outcomes or negative outcomes. Positive, it's going to generate positive emotions or negative emotions. And that's how uh, um, we establish a value, you know?